People have asked me over the years what I use for gear when I photograph the ghost orchid, and I'm heading out again today, and I got all my gear packed up. I got my rain gear on my cart, as well as plenty of fluids. The orchid only blooms in the summer, and it's quite hot in Florida here in the summer, and the relative humidity is sky high, plus the bugs. And then a lot of times we're blessed with a lightning storm. It's about a mile hike out to the orchid. The orchid is in a pretty tough place to shoot. It's about 125 feet away, about 75 feet up in the air, and the light isn't that great. This year I'm using a Nikon Z9, which is a 45 megapixel camera. I'm using a 600 f4 with a 1.4 built-in converter, as well as an extra 2x teleconverter on it to give me a 1680 effective focal length. I'm using a Godex flash, which is a very powerful flash, and I've modified it to accept a 8.5 by 11 Fresnel lens so that I can concentrate the beam and throw it out to reach the orchid. This is where the orchid is. It takes me just a few minutes to set up. I'm using a Gitsu tripod and a Wimberley head. I mount the camera, and I've been doing a video before I start, and I've used an external mic on the camera because I think it reduces the low frequency hum you get in a lot of recording. When I photograph, I have to walk away from the camera. This shaking right here that you see is caused by my footsteps. Not only do we have the shaking of the camera, we also have the breeze that is blowing the orchid around, which requires a little bit faster shutter speed to stop the orchids from moving, and that's where the flash comes in handy. I'll step away for 4 or 5 minutes and let the video run and then come back. And now I'm setting up the camera for stills. I put the Godex flash on it. There's the Fresnel lens and a modified hood. I can point that at the orchid, but I have to aim the flash to hit the orchid. The beam is so concentrated that if I don't have it aimed right, it'll miss the orchid entirely. Now I'm focusing on it. I've always had a difficult time focusing because of the lack of depth of field. It's difficult to find a real good tight focus. Getting easier with the newer equipment, but as I'm getting older, it's just a little harder to see to get that perfect focus. So I'll take a shot, look at the preview, and make adjustments. When I get everything ready, I use a remote control, and I walk away, and I take about 10 or 15 shots, and then I come back and make a few adjustments, see if I got a good one, and I'll take another 10 or 15 shots. We take about 2 or 3 locations of the shots because we're always looking for new growth on the orchid. We're looking for new buds, tender spots on the end of the stems, as well as new green growth of the roots. There you can see the flash go off. The flash is going off in every picture, but the video doesn't pick it up. I'll take about 100 shots out here. I'm taking shots totally in the blind. I stand off to the side and just keep popping it, and then come back and see if I got one. If I stand next to the camera, I know I won't get one because just my heartbeat or my feet moving will ruin every shot. I spend about an hour, hour and a half, depending on whether it's been raining. If it's been raining, all bets are off. On the average year, we'll make about 25 to 35 trips out here until the orchid is done blooming. I'm going to start putting my gear away. You put everything away before you get moving, because if you get a sudden thunderstorm, all I have to do is pull out a special cover I built to cover that whole cart and keep everything safe on the way back in. That's about it. If you have any questions, let me know, and I thank you for watching.